Welcome to this video playing Welsh Najdorf. Yeah, I should have played e4. Trying to test it if he's really playing the Najdorf. Okay, we got the Budapest Gambit. Unfortunately, I don't have this quote ready from my fair lady about the guy from Budapest, which Nigel Short gave in one of his commentary jobs that I found very funny. Something about a hairy hound from Budapest. Was like that. Well, okay. While telling you about that, I chose a sideline against this opening with e3 and knight to f4. That's not very well known, but a very decent line actually. It gets white very good control over e5. Normally black plays with bishop b4 check now, or the move before, to get something traded. I mean, knight c3, I'm not sure I want to allow my pawn structure to be wrecked. So bishop b4, there will be bishop b4 check, there will be bishop d2, and the trade, then the knight c3, bishop e2, the very solid setup where black does not have much active play. That's the main idea. White is clamping on this d5 square.
Check.
And this is, of course, the main problem of the whole Budapest Gambit.
Check.
It's not like it's that white takes the pawn and is happy with that, but the main problem of the Budapest is that the structure with d and e pawn exchanged, it just very often leads to this type of position where white will get a knight to d5, and yeah, that's just not very comfortable to live with a knight on d5. And how do you get rid of the knight on d5? Yeah, you can exchange it, let's say with a bishop from e6 or with a knight somewhere, but then white will probably take with the c pawn, which leaves the open c file open, which opens the c file and gets pressure against c7. Yeah, and what's also possible is that black is playing the knight from c6 somewhere, and then c6, pawn to c6 to cover the d5 square and expel a knight. Yeah, well, this weakens d6. So this is this has always been my main problem and objection to the Budapest Gambit, that black moves his knight like 1, 2, 3 times, and at the end he will get a slightly inferior structure. However, it is not a structure that is in any way lost or something for black. It's just slightly passive. The Budapest is not a very active opening actually. I mean, there are some wacky lines, but if white chooses one of the main continuations, you quite often will end up in this type of structure that we have here. White just ignores everything and returns the pawn and settles for this kind of a slight edge. And this is simply not much fun to play. Okay, so bishop e6 attacking on c4. Yeah, well, now I have a general choice. I can take it, which is not bad, getting the bishop and then gaining space with f4. That's not a bad idea. I can also play knight f to d5, knight c to d5. Both moves are quite logical. Also b3 is not bad at all. Yeah, not easy to decide. They're all quite good. Probably knight takes e6 is the most incisive. And then f4, it gives me a very nice central control. Okay, I'm going for b3. It's not clear what the best continuation is, and I might as well make some more strengthening moves. I can play b3 castles, rook c1, rook d1, these kind of moves, and well, it's not so clear what black is doing really. a6. Yeah, sort of probably just a waiting move. I don't really see a grand plan connected with that. I mean, b5 is pretty much impossible to play. Maybe maybe black feared that we would get some sort of situation where knight f4 comes to d5 and the c knight comes to b5, which in fact would have been uncomfortable, maybe. Other than that, a6 is not clear to me, the purpose. Yeah, I think I just go with the knight f to d5 plan. That's very typical and straightforward way to play. I'm not playing this immediately because, I mean, I can. It's not bad, but white can do some more prep moves like rook c1, for example, rook ac1. It's just a typical thing that with white having more space, you very often can afford to do more preparation moves and improving moves because you have more space, and black is maneuvering on less ground, so to say, and this is quite often helpful to not declare your intentions so quickly. Okay, so this is interesting. So should I play as planned knight here, or is there something better? There's also knight takes e6, which is quite tempting, connected with f4. f4, bishop f3 is also very nice. Okay, I'll stay with this plan. It's certainly okay. Oh, it took that very quickly. Yeah, well, maybe he must in the long run, but still. Okay. It is totally normal to take with the pawn, of course, but I'll still check briefly if knight takes d5 is any good, due to some concrete reasons, but I don't think I should do it. Just capturing with the pawn is the standard way to do it. It opens up the c file so that c7 is the target. I'm wondering, what about his play on the king side? Is there something that I should do about it? Or should I just play rook c1 and get on with my play? There is also something like f4 here. f4 and e4, grabbing the center, which isn't bad, really. Not at all. Yeah, I think this is just a good way to play, actually. Gaining the space. I'll just take the center. If he goes to g4, I go h3, knight f6 probably, and e4. This is just a very nice center. Okay, so I guess h3, yeah, taking on g4 is probably helping black. Yeah, I guess so. Knight f6, I'll play e4. I wonder if knight h6 is an idea, but still e4. It's not really any help. So this is just a very nice center, and he at the moment cannot even attack it really. Let's say with c6, I mean d6 is hanging, I guess. I can take on c6, take d6. But okay, what's my next step here? Very important to note is that the queen here is not really well placed. Or let's say it is near my king, but it does not have many squares. And what I'd like to do is, it would be nice to get in something like king h2, g3, and then push it away. I wonder, is it possible maybe to play for some sort of queen trap here? With, let's say, f5, rook f4, these kind of ideas. Yeah, this I've thought about, but I thought that actually I'm not trapping it. Okay, well, let's start with that. I mean, I'm going to play this anyway. No use in spending time on anything else. I will play g3 here. I want to bolster the center with the coming bishop f3, like g3, queen retreats, bishop f3. I just spotted a tactical idea. If I play g3 and he goes to h6, I must be aware of the move knight e5, because the queen on d2 is unprotected. That's important actually. I must be alert there, not allowing any of that. Okay. So g3, this is an important point really. g3, queen back to h6, and then this is knight e5 threat. I think I shouldn't play g3 right away, but rather prepare it for the moment. The problem is g3, queen h6, e4 is hanging. Okay, maybe just a queen move, like queen d3. g3, queen h6, queen d3. Yeah, this could be an idea actually. Yeah, doing that, but there is a slight disharmony in my camp. It's really the case. I'm slightly overextended here. I just hope that I didn't overlook anything. I need like one or two moves to sort of make sure that there isn't something bad happening in the center. A move like c6 here could be critical, really. Trying to disturb my my coordination. Yeah, no, knight c5 is not really bothering me that much. I wonder... Should I even play b4? I mean, I can do that. b4, that's a5. This might be a problem. That's... I also always must be aware of knight takes f4 possibilities. Let's say b4, a5, a3, ab4, ab4, rook a1, rook a1, knight takes f4. This could be a problem. It's probably not really working, but this sort of thing could happen. Maybe just queen d4. Get out of this. Get out of knight c5 with the tempo. And a5 is not really a good move on account of bishop b5, I believe. I also have the idea to play bishop g4 at some point. Could be a good way to activate it. Okay. So now b4. Yeah, doing this now. Now I can go to d3 and cover e4 reliably. Maybe c5. Yeah, this type of position, it is most likely good for white, but it's not easy because he always has this sort of counterplay against the center, often sorry, connected with tactical tricks and sacrifices, like here, maybe knight h5 and just sacking on f4. This could easily happen. Okay, I don't... Well, knight g4, it's not really a threat. I go to g2 and what exactly has black accomplished? Maybe centralize first. Yeah, this strange queen position is really quite remarkable. It shouldn't be placed well, but it still gives black some sort of counter chances here. How do I really make progress? Okay, what is he doing actually? f5, is he playing for f5? But this cannot be so great actually, f5. Let's just improve a bit here. f5 will mostly weaken black. I can play a move like, let's say, rook e2, and if he takes, it just exposes black's position far more than it does pose me any problem. I think he mostly needs to employ a sit and wait strategy. Can maybe go really a4, a5. I can do that. Don't have so much time. Okay, well, that's really a nice space advantage now. It would be excellent, of course, if he would play something like Queen f6 and allows me to trade queens. This would be very nice. Okay, so he's going for this active push, which I really didn't believe in, but let's see. Of course, I cannot take, e1 is hanging, but I just thought that a move like rook e2, intending rook fe1, I thought he would need to take, and this would expose his position even more. Maybe this is not the case, but like e6 and so on looks very weak. But here he has knight f6. Yeah, he's got knight f6 here. Oh, really? Oh, a queen trade is really nice for me. That I welcome very much. I have d5 as a weakness, but he cannot, or let's say weakness is the wrong word, a potential weakness, but I have a huge space advantage, and black really has a hard time here. My bishop is just far stronger than the knights will ever be. Wait, not so quick. g5. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Knight h5 is not really helping black in any way. g5, knight h5. I briefly thought, well, knight h5, king g4, rook e3 or something, but I don't need to play king g4. I can just ignore the knight on h5. Okay, if I take now here on h7, this g6, f5, knight e5, check. Yeah, that's probably playable. It's not bad, but there is no reason to do it. I can just play it purely just strategically, not forcing anything. Yeah, now both the capture and h6 is good. I wonder what's best really. Maybe the capture and rook h1. This looks like the most convincing. A key problem here is that I have 2 against 1 pawn here, which is a majority, and his majority 4 against 3 is completely dead because any c-pawn move is answered by the capture and a6 is dropping. This is why I went b4 and pawn to a5, fixing those this queenside pawns. Okay, so rook h6 looks like, oh wait, not so quick. Rook e1. I can actually improve first here to go to e3 here. Or is there a better way to do it? Knight to g3 is also okay. Or knight to d4 is also nice. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, it's hard to give him any advice. This is just quite a rotten position. Okay, take it. I guess I'll just take it and knight g3, winning the pawn. this just wins the pawn. King g6, rook h6 check. Yeah, and then two passes. That's a bit much. Yeah, this was quite quite good instructional material. Let's say with queen f6, this queen trade was really almost losing, I believe. It leads to a very, very one-sided endgame, and he needed to keep queens on.
Black resigns.
Really at almost any cost. This is here. You saw how quickly it went downhill after the queen trade. In this position, I think, I mean, white should be better in any case, but it's not decisive. Oh, he sent me a well played. Thanks. Yeah, it should be better in any case, but I thought he should take it really and go from there. But okay, well, it's not very nice. Knight is coming to g5. I understand. Yeah, it's quite funny that the computer also wants to play queen f6. But yeah, maybe it's just a matter of. I thought this actually, this kind of position. Yeah, it should be better for white, but well, I was just thinking that queen f6 is totally one-sided after this. I mean, I'm almost a pawn up in a way, because as mentioned, the queen side pawns by black are totally fixed. He cannot move any of this, and I push the 3 against 2 majority supported by the good bishop here. Black is completely without any sort of counterplay. Yeah, here I could have taken. I mean, as I mentioned, I thought, well, I don't need to rush things, but this is probably just possible. Yeah, I can do that. It's not a problem at all. Okay, well, but this is really not much of a difference. I mean, this is totally one-sided. Rook is coming to h6, and it's just like I'm completely controlling the knight on d7, for example. It cannot move in any way. It went here, but now the next piece is coming, and well, this didn't help the knight f5 move. But what is black going to do? Look at this. You can do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, and king here and so on. It's just like a one-way street. Black will never ever do anything active here. Yeah, this is kind of fairly typical
challenge.
Fairly typical of this structure in the Budapest. As I mentioned, well, you put something on d5, and quite often you get this kind of very comfortable, strategically advantageous position in the center. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Pretty interesting, I think. Thanks for watching.